This is the device that I would like to create. It's called Hank. That stands for Honeypot Activated Network Killer, which might not be a great name because by default, it's actually configured as an intrusion detection system. So the way that it works is you plug it into an outlet in your home, and then you connect it to your home network through either Ethernet or Wi-Fi, and then you plug your home router into the device's outlet. And when the device detects an intrusion on your network, it shuts off power to the outlet, which will shut down your home network, which will lock the attacker out. So that's the basic idea of the device. And real quick, I'll talk about where the idea for the device came from. I got the idea when I was listening to a podcast called Security Now by Steve Gibson. He was talking about all the different ways that home routers can be attacked. And I initially listened to it thinking that I might want to be the attacker. But the more I thought it through, the more I realized, I probably couldn't live with myself if I earned my money by stealing from other people. And so the idea kind of progressed into, okay, well, maybe I can protect people. And that's where the idea of Hank came from. And the more you look through it, the more you'll see all the different ways that home networks can be attacked and just how many people really are vulnerable. So I think there's a big market for a device like Hank. Not a VPN, which will keep you private, but a device like Hank that can protect your actual home network in an easy way. Because in its default configuration, all you have to do is plug Hank in, and if you use Ethernet, you're done. You just plug it in, and he'll just start listening. By default, he listens for port scans, but you can configure that to, for example, allow scans on certain ports, or to connect via Wi-Fi, or to have companion applications that listen for intrusions on other devices on the network. You can get more sophisticated, but by default, you just plug it in and you're done. So that's the basic motivation behind Hank. And finally, I'll talk a little bit about myself and where I'm at with this process and why I'm creating why I'm creating this crowdfunding campaign now as opposed to when I have a nice, beautiful prototype in my hand. So my name is Sean McHugh. I have a bachelor's degree in software development, and I've been a professional software developer for 10 years. But in 2020, I can't even get a job as a junior software developer. So that's not looking good. And this project requires two things. It requires time and money. And I don't have either of them because I spend all of my time working because I don't have enough money. Right now, I'm a teacher, which is very fun, but it doesn't pay a whole lot. Part-time teacher, and I work for DoorDash. So I spend all day working, and at the end of the day, I don't really have a whole lot left. So no time, no money. I can't push this idea forward. And I think it's a good idea. So instead of letting it die, I've decided to make a crowdfunding campaign and see if I can get a little bit of energy put back into it. I'll show you where I'm at with actual progress on the device. Like I said, I'm a software developer, so software it's kind of my thing. I'm good at it. But what I've had to learn how to do is hardware stuff. So this is a PCB that I had to learn how to make these things. So this is a PCB for the prototype. And that's done. But the next phase, if I can pull it up here, is the board that's going to go in the actual prototype. And it's actually split into two boards that'll be sandwiched together. A CPU board, which you see here, and a power supply board, which you see here. So I need to order the board, I need to order the parts, I need time, a few days where I can solder the thing together. And that'll get me like the guts. That'll get me the functional part of the device. And then I also, this might not look like much, but there's a lot to it. I also have to get the case made, and I have a guy. But that'll require a little bit of money as well, getting this case made. So this is like the spec that I've provided the guy with. It doesn't look like much, but the amount of effort that went into getting all these dimensions right was surprising to me, how much effort it took. Now, I've got a very meticulous and thorough case design ready to be put into a 3D printer and print it out, and then I'll put the boards inside the case. Boom, prototype. And the idea is to take it from there, a functional prototype, to another crowdfunding campaign that will take the device into production. And on that crowdfunding campaign, I'll worry about things like getting the device UL listed and patent fees and stuff like that. Stuff like making sure the device can be manufactured easily, because prototypes are a little more difficult to manufacture. So things like that to consider. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for listening. I hope you like the idea. Have a good one.